This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you by BMO Harris Bank.
I am here with Lisa Harrington, senior of the Metea Valley softball team. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So inside because some rain, so not really on the softball setting, but anyway, we're going to talk about this softball season. It ended yesterday, but a good, successful year, especially for your senior year for you guys. Kind of just talk about, you won the DVC. When did winning the DVC kind of come into reality for you and the rest of your team?
Well, we kind of already knew, like, going into that game, if we didn't win, then we were going to rely on Neuqua to beat Glenbard North, and we really didn't want to leave it in their hands. We kind of just wanted to take control, win the game, and just know, like, that we secured the #1 spot and just win the championship for the first time in Metea history. So
Was that a goal coming in the year to win the conference title?
yeah, we had a few goals, actually. That was one of them, to win a regional game, because our softball program has never done that. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But, I mean, I have faith in the girls next year and the years coming that they can do it.
And they got some good young talent as well. Let's talk a little bit about Rissa. You're catching her all year long. You only get to catch her 1 year, but what was it like catching her and playing with her sister as well for 4 years?
Playing with Sydney, at first, well, we knew each other because in middle school we played basketball. So we knew how competitive each other were. And ever since freshman year, we've pushed each other to do better. And I don't know, she's so much fun. Rissa's even more fun because I spent every single day in and day out, catching her. She's a free spirit. She made me loosen up. I was kind of more uptight going into the season because it was my first season catching. All the other seasons I DP'd, played first, or played third. And so, I don't know, she's always crazy, always something new. You don't know what you're going to expect from her, but I'm so proud of her, the way she came in and just took control.
So catching her, what made her so good? And also I want you to talk about, for your first full season catching, what was the adjustment like? Was it tough at the beginning?
No, it wasn't tough in the beginning. I kind of just knew that going in, I needed to be more of a vocal leader than I have been. Coach K always told me that I led by example, and she told me last year, actually, in our postseason meeting at uniform turn-in, that I needed to be more vocal, of course, this year because I was catching, and I think I just took that into account, worked on it over the summer with my travel ball team, and that's just kind of where it came in. So I didn't really make, per se, changes. I think I just grew up.
And Rissa, a couple times you took no-hitters a little deeper. What makes her so dangerous?
You
would know the best out of anybody.
She's effectively wild. So a lot of the pitches you see people chasing up high. Most of the time those aren't called. It just happens, and she kind of just throws it there. She misses more than we'd like, but when people chase, then it's okay.
Did you have any personal goals coming into the year?
I did. Well, of course, to get all conference, and I did get that. It hasn't come out yet, but I did. And then also to win the conference and give my team the best chance to win the conference, to win a regional game. Fortunately, that didn't happen, but winning conference was like, oh, it was so amazing.
Now, with you and personally, just growing up, what other sports did you play, and what other positions for softball did you play growing up?
When I was little, I started playing softball I first picked up a bat when I was 2, when my grandma used to play. She used to toss the ball to me, and I don't know, I just hit it. I started playing when I was 5. I actually played with Megan Archie my very first year.
Been a long time.
Yeah. When I was little, I played basketball, and I also played hockey.
So you played a lot.
Yeah.
What other positions did you play
I played
for softball?
Third and first.
Third and first, okay. Now, why softball? Why did they outlast, basketball and hockey?
Well, softball is just what I've been the best at. Basketball was fun, but I don't know. I've always been a gritty player, and so most of the time in basketball, I was just put in to foul people. So I didn't play all that much. I was put in at the end when they needed me. So softball, I can be gritty on defense. I can be gritty on offense.
Now, this season, it could be this year, it could be your freshman year, anything. What was your favorite memory, any game here at Metea?
Well, I have 2. Of course, winning conference was probably the best that has ever happened in my 4 years here. Also, another thing that happened this year was beating Neuqua for the very first time in program history. That was amazing, and I mean, we slaughtered them, but that's besides the point. I'm so happy that we beat them and then ultimately won the conference championship.
Now, we'll talk about college later, but when did you make your college decision? What month, I guess, was it in?
I actually committed on Halloween.
Okay, so you had that out of the way well before the season.
Yeah.
Do you think that helped you be able to focus and not having to worry about where you're going to go to college?
Yeah, I think it did. I think last summer, especially during travel ball, I was worried about where I'm going to go, like what colleges I'm looking at, college apps, like all that stuff. It was just a huge weight off my shoulder. I knew I had a job coming into this season to be a leader and to help the young players coming in, because we did have a lot of them. So.
And you don't have to worry about impressing coaches, nothing. You already know where
Right.
you're going, you're good. So now this team, what was fun about this team? Did you guys do any team bonding stuff? What are you going to remember most about them?
Yeah, well, we did team bonding. We went out to breakfast, and of course, like the bus rides, all the time in the locker room, because we spent a lot of time in the locker room before games. Well, there's so many memories just from one season alone. I think just the resiliency, being the underdog, no one expected us to be as good as we were. So I think coming in and surprising literally everyone was the best thing. And then knowing, so when we would get down in games and then we would come back, it was just a sign that we never gave up and we trusted each other, we had each other's backs.
Was that a big difference from this year to last year, you think?
Last year it started to show. In previous years, my freshman and sophomore year, we didn't have the best leaders, so to say. So last year was really big. Kara Leckinger and Megan Archivar were probably the biggest influences on me, showing me how to be a vocal leader and also how to lead by example.
When you guys would get down, what was being said in the dugout?
Well, it was kind of quiet most of the time.
Softball fields aren't usually that quiet.
No, they aren't. But you could there was just this silence, we didn't have the energy. So if it was on defense, I would go out there and I just make something up. Hey, did you see that person in the stands? Look what they're wearing. Or did you see that girl fall? Or just bring up something funny.
Just to get their minds off it, yeah. Now, looking ahead to college, you're going to be going to North Central. Mm-hmm. Can you just talk about the decision and why you picked them?
Well, I picked them, of course, for their academics. I want to be a nurse, and they don't have a direct nursing program. But after my 4 years, I'll major in health sciences. And then after my 4 years, I'll go to Rush downtown, and I want to be a nurse.
And you're going to have another Coach K.
Yes, I will.
Is that going to be weird? It's calling the same, it's a different person, but the same.
Yes, I think
coach.
It will be weird. When people refer to Coach K, I always think of my high school coach because that's been the norm for 4 years. But I think I'll be used to it. It's a new challenge.
What do you think it's going to be like? Because it's going to happen. You're going to run into girls you play with in high school and against in high school. What do you think is it going to be weird like that when you run into them again?
I don't really know. I think it might be weird at first, but I think playing them for so long, a couple girls from Wheaton North and Waubonsie, they're going to be in the same conference. I think I'll know what they're going to bring to the table. So I think that might be a help for our team.
What are you excited most about for the college level as opposed to playing in high school? What's kind of the next level for you that you're looking forward to?
I think I'm just excited for a new challenge, more competition. Not that DVC wasn't competition, because of course it was. Just new teams, new pitchers that we're facing.
Do you think, like you said, playing with Megan Archie for 13 years, is it going to be do you think you're going to be a little sad at the beginning and then you'll get used to it playing with new people, or is it going to be exciting right away?
Yeah, I mean, I'm already sad. Yesterday was tough knowing that I'm never going to play with those girls again, but the 4 years that I spent with them was amazing. I will miss them, but I'm super excited to have new teammates and just to learn from new opportunities.
And what about, so you want to be a nurse, I know you already said that, but in future, do you think you could ever see yourself in softball later in your life coaching or anything?
Maybe. I don't know yet. I'll leave that door open, and if it comes to me, then I'll consider it, but I want to be a pediatric nurse. So.
Yeah, maybe be later in life.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on a great year. Congrats on all conference.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.